back in business with a full case of action figures today. Let's get into this. All right, welcome to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. It's good to have you. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about an entire wave, nay, an entire case of 3 3/4 inch vintage collection action figures. This one has a bunch of cool figures like Mandalorians, Ahsoka Tano, and a couple of other good ones. Now, I most likely am way behind the curve on this. These came out in the United Kingdom probably about a month ago, and they've been trickling into stores, but I just got my case of figures in from Entertainment Earth. So more than likely you've already seen these, but we're still going to take a look at them anyway because that's what we do here on Paul's Collectibles. So without me talking any further, let's get this whole thing in front of some lights, go through the wave, and see what I'll be adding to my action figure collection today.
Okay, you want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want us. You want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want us. You want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want us. You want service. Okay, you want service. Okay, you want service.
All right, there they are out of the box, 8 brand new figures, and this wave actually contains a lot of different characters. It's kind of surprising, but the thing that cracks me up is we got 2 of each, except for Yoda and the Clone Trooper. Now Yoda I get, and the Death Watch Mandalorian, I'm happy I got 2 of those, but it would seem to me that you would only want 1 Ahsoka, one Fennec, and then maybe get 2 of the Clone Trooper. That would make more sense to me since you would most likely want to army build that one, but no one's asking me when they pack these. But let's take a closer look at these action figures. Okay, right off the bat, we're going to start with Ahsoka Tano. Star Wars The Mandalorian logo right up here. Blue name pill. It says Ahsoka Tano on Corvus, and that is just a phenomenal card back. I love it. She looks ready for business, got her lightsabers ready to go, and I just love Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. Now, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, we've got a lot of Ahsoka figures lately, but this is the latest one. It's her as an adult from The Mandalorian, and she's got the white sabers, and that's how you can tell the difference. Let's take a good look at that figure. Now, right off the bat, that looks like a great face sculpt, especially at this scale. They got the little jewels that she has on her top of her headdress there, her leku or whatever those are called, look good, and the face sculpt itself, her face looks a little more narrow than Rosario Dawson, but overall, that's just a really good job. Got her face paint on there, and they did wonderful. Come down to her tunic and her waistcoat. Once again, an excellent job. Love how the bloomers or these pants kind of bellow out a little bit. They did a great job on her armbands or her arm wraps, and on down to her boots and her, what are these? They look like almost slippers. They got little toes in them almost. You can see it's kind of interesting. And then she comes with both her white lightsabers, and then there's nothing else in the card there. And Ahsoka Tano is VC Triple Deuce 222. Next up, we have the Death Watch Mandalorian. This is actually one of my favorite Black Series helmets. I have this one in my collection, got it fairly recently. But once again, Star Wars The Mandalorian. Looks like we're really keeping with some of the new TV shows for sure. The light orange name pill and the light orange background. And once again, just another good looking card. I mean, that's a good look at the figure. I love the lighting. It's not too bright, it's not too dark, and there's the sparks flying in the background. This looks like it's obviously from the flashback where Din Djarin is rescued from the Separatist robots. Let's take a look at him. Right off the bat, that helmet is just spectacular looking. The colors on that are really cool. Around his cheeks looks a little too turquoise, but I'm not going to complain about that too much. But he's got all the appropriate markings. He's got the rangefinder up there, coming on down. Great, just a tad bit of weathering, just like we see in the picture on his uniform. Coming down, you got the cloth underneath that's got the built-in wrinkles with just little relief colors. On down to his thigh pads. They look a little strange on this guy, and I think that's mostly because of the way he's kind of posed inside of there, but they look really good as well. On down to his boots, just good looking character. He comes with his pistol and his rifle. On the back, you can see this guy has his jetpack as we saw them flying around in that scene. Just another good looking character. And the Death Watch Mandalorian is VC219. Next up, we have Fennec Shand from the Book of Boba Fett, and I gotta tell you, this wave is shaping up to be really cool. Look at the card back on this. You've probably seen this before, like I said, but it's worth taking a look at again. She just looks badass. Sitting there, she's got a rifle on her hip. It looks like she might even be sitting on the Boba Fett throne towards the end of the second season of Mandalorian when we got that sneak peek. But man, look at Ming-Na Wen is just a badass in that picture, and what a great actress too. Frankly, if you saw our Book of Boba Fett breakdowns, you know we were a little disappointed, but the highlight of that whole series was Ming-Na Wen for sure, other than the 2 Mandalorian episodes we got in the middle. But let's take a look at her character. Okay, that's actually a pretty good face sculpt. I'm kind of impressed with that. They did a good job. I like how there's some differentiation in her hair. You can see she has over here like her bangs are coming down. It's a little hard to see through the plastic. But more importantly, she's got a removable helmet, and she's got the spatchka bottle that she's drinking out of at the end of the trailer as well, or the sneak peek. That's really cool. And this, first of all, her uniform to begin with is just awesome, but they did an excellent job. This looks really good. The black looks like it's got a bunch of different layers to it, and you can see all the relief elements on there. They got the orange stripes on her wrist guards there. Coming on down, it looks like her comma is actually soft goods, but it's got the orange in there as well, painted in. And then they did such a good job on her boots. For what is ostensibly just like a 2-color outfit, they did a wonderful job on that. It just looks awesome. I'm not going to complain about that at all. And she, in addition to the 2 I already talked about, she comes with like the smaller rifle and then her big sniper rifle. So if you're not happy with this figure, I think there's just something wrong with you. They did a really good job on this one. I love it. And Fennec Shand is VC221. Next up is Yoda from The Empire Strikes Back, and as I understand it, this is a repack, but this is good for me because I don't have this one, so it's awesome to see. And he's got the yellow name pill and the yellow back there on the character, and this is just an iconic image. Nothing needs to be said about that. From Dagobah, that's the first time we got to see him in The Empire Strikes Back. That just brings me back and is just an absolutely classic image that's awesome to have on that card. And there's an up-close view of tiny little Yoda. The face sculpt on that obviously is perfect. He's got the soft goods whole robe there. He's got his little chapor snippet or whatever you want to call it he's wearing there. And he's got his cane. And this one even comes with a backpack so you can strap him to Luke and have him conduct some Jedi training. Not much to that figure, but that's really all you need. And I love the sophistication in the look of the head sculpt. He doesn't look cartoony or silly. It actually looks really good. And in the back, yeah, that's what he comes with. So just a great one to have and add to the collection. I don't have too many Yodas in my collection, I think. And he shows VC218, so maybe he's not a repack. That's a good question. But he's right in line with the rest of this wave. Could have swore this was a repack, but apparently I'm wrong. And then lastly, we have the Clone Trooper 501st Legion from Star Wars The Clone Wars. And as I understand it, this was previously released as well, but he had a different image on his card back, and he was from The Phantom Menace. Now, I've only seen pictures of that one, so I don't quite remember what it looks like, but this is an okay image. There's something strange going on around his helmet up here, like the blue is bleeding over or glowing or something, so I'm not incredibly impressed with that, but it still kind of gets the job done. I think they could have done a little better job with the image on this card back, but the dark blue name pill, or the slate blue name pill and the slate blue name back, or card back behind the figure, those do look good. And if you look at this guy, he's based on the sculpt that's jokingly referred to as the skinny jeans clone trooper, meaning that his legs look really skinny and his helmet, since apparently it comes off, is a little too oversized for the rest of the body. Now for me, that's not a huge issue because I leave him in the package, and I'm a huge fan of the clone troopers. As a matter of fact, out of this wave, this is going to be my favorite figure, followed closely by the Death Watch Mandalorian, then Ahsoka. So I still love this. I'll take any kind of clone that you give me, and I love the troopers. If you've followed any of my videos, you know that, but they've got the blue accents on its helmet. There's no weathering in the accents on his helmet, which is interesting. I guess maybe they think if you take it out of the package, you're going to end up doing that yourself, taking it off and on. But on his chest deco, there is a little bit of weathering there, so that does look good. And this is the standard clone body that we've been getting for quite a while now, that I know a lot of collectors would like to see them update. And he comes with his blaster and his blaster rifle. Overall, I think he's good looking. They could make some improvements, but I'm still excited and very happy to have him. And that's pretty much with what he comes with. And finally, this guy is VC 240, so he's way out there in the line. But there you have it, just a quick overview, quick look at the new wave of vintage collection figures, which you've probably seen, but I just got, so we decided to take a quick look at them anyway. And with that, if you're a channel member, I greatly appreciate the support. Thank you so much. If you're a subscriber, thank you as well. And if you're neither, maybe consider doing one of those for me. But with that, I'll see you on the next video.